So there's a few things that you may actually notice first of all. The first thing is that I'm not wearing any makeup. And this is quite a big thing for me as I'm quite self-conscious and I hardly ever go outside in public without any makeup on, so feel quite privileged. And the second thing is, I'm sorry for the terrible lighting. I can't afford any of those fancy big lights that all those big YouTubers have and things, so I'm just having to make do with a normal bulb and these fairy lights behind me. The reason for this video is I've had a few requests of people asking me how do I do my everyday makeup, and so that is what I have decided to do for you today. And literally all I've done to prep my skin is to take my makeup off because I have been at work today, and also I've washed it, like exfoliated and put on some moisturiser, and that is it. I haven't done anything else to it, that's it. So I thought I'd start with a nice clean fresh base for you to see. I keep my makeup, just so you know, in this makeup bag. It's Ted Baker. It's quite nice. I've had it for a while. I got it for a birthday present, I think it was, from one of my friends. Generally when it stays in my house it doesn't fit everything in. I usually put way too much in and have stuff spilling out, and then when I go away I have to filter it down and take a whole load of stuff out. So yeah, that is my makeup bag. It's quite pretty and quite nice. Before I put my makeup on, I always make sure that I have some tissues or toilet roll. I just bring a toilet roll with me as it's less expensive and as I'm just using it for that. Yeah, so that if I get any makeup on my hands I can just wipe it straight off, so I don't end up putting it back on my face if I get any like mascara or anything on my fingers, and I don't end up with black splodges all over my face. So the first thing I start off with is my concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I got it in shade 20. Where I've got mine there's only actually two shades, I think 10 and 20. I went for 20 as it's my shade, and it looks like a lip gloss, believe me, it's not. And I just use it to apply to any bits of my face that I'm not happy with, like spots and blemishes and stuff, and under my eyes as well, just so I don't have any dark circles. And often when I put this back on it squeezes out a little bit of product, so that's when my toilet roll comes in handy, and I just wipe that off so I don't get concealer everywhere, as that wouldn't be fun. And then I just use my fingers to rub it in. It doesn't really matter if it doesn't look that great. I'm just doing it roughly because I am putting foundation on in a bit as well, so that will blend it all together. Okay, so the next thing I use is my foundation. I've got the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation. It's really good, I really like it, and I've got it in classic beige, and this one's actually running out. I do have, as I said in my last video, this one is running out, but I do have another one which I will start using as soon as this is completely run out. But I just give it a bit of a bang just to make sure the product falls down to the bottom, and I just give it a quick squeeze. Just put a little bit on, just a tiny little bit on, and I use my Body Shop foundation brush. I've had this for a while. They probably still do it, but yeah, I really like it. It's really good. And I just put it on, and I'm aware this probably isn't completely the right shade for my skin, as I got it when I was a little bit more tanned, so I may look a little bit not the right colour, but it's only slight, and it blends really well, so it's quite easy to make that not look quite so bad. I have a mirror here, just in case you're wondering where it's probably really obvious, you probably already realised, but for those of you who didn't already know, that is why I'm looking down. Do a bit on my eyelids as well, just to make sure it all is the same colour. And then I've got some excess and I use that to sort of blend down because I don't want one of those lines that people often have. I've seen a lot of girls walking around with a line of where their foundation stops and it does not look good at all. So I'm worried of that, so I always blend it down just to be rid of that. And a bit on my neck as well if that's showing. Okay, on to powder. I have the 17 pressed powder in Delicate Beige. I really like this one. This is one that I've pretty much used like the whole time I've ever used powder. It's really good. It comes in this little compact. It has a little applicator pad. I don't really use this, but it's quite useful if I don't have a brush to spare. And it comes with a little mirror there, and that's the product. As you can see, I'm quite down to the bottom. And I use my 17 big fat massive brush thing just to apply, and I often just use the little mirror to look because I can get closer on that than my other big mirror. So yeah, I just put that on my face like that, and it just stops my face from looking shiny. And it gives it that matte look. Okay, so now that you've prepped your skin, you then move on to the blusher. I alternate between my blusher and my bronzer. It just depends how I'm feeling, and depends on what routine I'm in. Because for a while I've used my bronzer and I've just sort of done in the shadows of my cheeks, but now I'm sort of, it's part of my routine that I'm just using my blusher, and the one that I've got is the Rimmel London one. It's the Lasting Finished Soft Colour Blush, and I've got it in the Live Pink one, which is number 50. And it's just a small little compact, if I can open it, and it comes with a Union Jack in it, kind of. Probably can't really see it, but anyway. So yeah, so that's that. And I just dab a little bit on my brush, which is a number 17 powder brush. And I put it on the apples of my cheek. And what you probably will end up noticing is that I can never get my left and my right the right way. I can never get them even, so I often end up with one cheek pinker than the other one, or more eyeliner on the other, or... Okay, so that's my skin done. I just need to start on my eyes now. The eyeshadow that I'm currently using is the Micabella Cosmetics shimmer powder. Yeah, I've got it in number 53 Deep Secrets. I actually got this in my glossy box for February, which I have a video to, which you've probably seen, hopefully. And it's just this really nice shimmery little powder thing, which is lasted me a long time because you hardly need any at all. And the brush that I use to apply it is the number 17 eyeshadow brush, which is just a brush, just a normal brush like that. And yeah, you just dab a bit on the brush and then tap off the excess. And it goes on so easily, so nice and easily, and you, as I said, you hardly need any at all. And during the day I tend to only use one lot of dabbing, but then if I'm going out in the evenings I'll probably add it up more, do more layers maybe. And if you dampen the brush first, that also creates a more dramatic eye look which you might like to go for if you're going out for the evening. So that's one eye. Okay, so that's roughly even. Again, as I said before, can never get them right. You can just sort of play around with it and see if you've got the right amount on, and it's quite easy to create sort of a smoky eye look with this eyeshadow, so that's quite useful. I then move on to my eyeliner, which I've got the Max Factor kohl pencil. I know that a lot of people don't like kohl pencils, my sister included. She uses a liquid liner, but I've just always used a kohl pencil, and I like it. It works. It does its job, and I guess I'm just used to using it. And I've got it in black. I don't really. I have also got a blue colour, but I never use that one. But yeah, it just depends on what colours you're using as to what colour eyeliner you use. But I always use black no matter what. And so yeah, and I just, for every day, obviously when I'm going out I put a lot more on, thicker lines, and do maybe a little bit of a flick, but every day I literally just do a thin line on my top and on my waterline as well. So I'll just do that now. Okay, and so that's that eye, and sometimes I often do it a bit thinner maybe, but because of the awkward angle of my mirror I couldn't quite get it right, but I'll just go ahead and do the next eye. Okay, so that's the eyeliner done. It's just like a really thin line just to sort of outline my eyes a little bit more. And the final thing for my eyes is my mascara, and the one I've got is the Maybelline The Falsies Volume Express Mascara in black, and I really like this one. Yeah, I've probably talked about it before, as it's really good. And I tend to apply it using a smaller mirror, which I have here, just so that I can get that little bit closer to get a little bit extra precision, and then look on a bigger mirror to just do the last little extra bits. So I'll just go ahead and do that. I use the top bit, the curved bit first, and then I go ahead and use the flatter bit afterwards, just to give it a little bit extra more volume. And then to brighten up my eyes, to make me look a little bit more awake, I tend to put a little bit, I use the end of my mascara just to do my my bottom lashes, and this is where I often get it wrong, as I often jog and I end up smudging underneath there, which can look terrible, but when it works it looks fine. I know a lot of people tend to touch up their eyebrows and use like different things to touch up their eyebrows, but I tend to leave my eyebrows alone. I don't know why, I just always have, and I don't know, I don't think they really need touching up. I mean, they probably will scream at me, yes, they look terrible, but yeah, I always tend to just leave my eyebrows alone and leave them natural. And to finish off my everyday look, I just use my, you can just use any old lip balm or, you know, anything like that, because it's just everyday, you don't want a lipstick or, you know, anything like that. But I just use my Sugar Rosé Fresh tinted lip balm, so it is a little bit tinted, so it's not completely just plain. And I got this in my Birchbox actually, for January, but yeah, it's just adds a little bit of colour, like that. So that is my complete look of how I do my makeup. every day, on an everyday basis, just going to work and everything. I will put all the links in the description for all my products that I use, and yeah, for everything. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, thank you, and leave any comments in the comment section, any suggestions, any requests for videos, please leave them in the comments section as well, please. Please subscribe to my channel, as that means a lot to me, and yeah, all the links of where to find me is also in the down bar. And there's one last thing that I want to say before I go. My sister and I went to go see One Direction last weekend, so the weekend just been up in Cardiff, and they were incredible. But the reason I'm mentioning this is because one of their support acts were just really stood out for me, and they're really good, and I really got into them. And they are called 5 Seconds of Summer, and you've probably all heard of them before. If you have, then great, you will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, no, they're really good, and I will put a link to I think they have a couple of channels, but I will link to their new song Heartbreak Girl in the down bar as well, as it is really good. And if you do go over there and visit it, please say that I sent you, and that will be great, and they will really appreciate that as well. But yeah, and let me know what you think of them as well, because I think they're really good. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you next Friday. Bye! Batman. Before I put